Yeah, conditions aren't the very best here, but you can't always wait for things to get perfect. I am doing a lot of sliding right now, and as you can see, the spreader's putting those pretty nice indents in the soil. But like I said, this is getting all tilled up anyway. I do believe I'm going to hold my jets here after this load, because the last thing I really need right now, make sure you're even on, you are. Last thing I really need right now is to get absolutely buried or something happen. I don't need that right now, trust me. So, all right, folks, we are in the field here. You can see the farm. This is where the my sorghum program first started 2 years ago, and I am very happy that I took that on. Kind of doing things a little awkward here, but it's because of these hills. There's no way I'm going to make it up some of these little inclines. But anyway, this is 18.5 acres. 2 years ago it was sorghum that I was very pleased with. This past year it was corn. In fact, I've got 3 corn fodder bales still out here. There's not a real great excuse for that. I'm going to be retrieving those tonight and putting them down as bedding for the cattle. But yeah, I've got a little wedge here that didn't get any manure. I wanted to start on my straightaways, but it's going okay. So let's get down to business here. Okay, idle all the way down. It's in low speed. First thing to do. And we're ready for PTO. There we go. I'm bumping it up to about 510. There's really not a real need for 540 as far as I'm concerned. And for I'm in B2, going about 3.5 miles an hour here. You can see that lighter stuff, that's from the barn cleaner all winter. Plus there's a stockpile I gotta get cleaned up yet too. And this of course is what took place since yesterday. So yeah, getting a jump start on this. It's not gonna last forever though. Conditions are gonna be bad enough to where this business that we're running right now cannot happen. Basically what I'm trying to tell you is the ground is still firm, and we'll loosely use the word frozen. Enough to where there's good traction on it. That's not going to be the case here pretty quick, so I'm just taking advantage of this time that we got right now, and the old famous silly words, trying to get ahead. And you let it get to a certain point. Engage the clean out, which will make the beater stop turning. And then it's just the aprons running to get all the rest out. And I always give it one of these. Jeez. One hand here, folks. Excuse that. Yeah, so we're caking around pretty good. I do not care to put it on any heavier. I think this is sufficient. Hopefully this adds to a hell of a sorghum crop this year. Let's talk about sorghum a little bit here. I'm starting to get excited for planting and tilling and everything else. Yeah, this is 18.5 acres. This is going into a hybrid BMR from Alpharex Seeds, and it's called Forage King. My bigger field of the two that I did this past year, even with no help from Mother Nature, it turned out pretty well. I can't even believe what this stuff is going to do if Mother Nature's on our side this year. Not to mention, with the heavy planting I did, by the way, on purpose, I'm planting this field at 35 to 40 pounds to the acre. I believe it's worth it. That's a hell of a lot of seed. But my goal here is the extreme thin stalks with that nice, big, beautiful broadleaf. And my plan, I can get in a real pickle down here. We are going to bale wrap the first cutting. And I need to do my damnedest to time this out accordingly. What I'm trying to tell you is we're going to bale wrap the first cutting at about 6 to 7 healthy feet. And try and time this out. Let me shut the PTO off. I got too much stuff going on here. PTO off. Gate down. And then let me tell you about this. I have a habit of always putting it back into low speed. Sorry about the shakiness. Which stems from 15, 20 years ago. I was home from wherever, God knows where I was home, and I was helping Dad out with some manure spreading. I think it was springtime. So I left the spreader on just the apron, and I got back out with a full load like a good little boy, ready to spread manure. And yeah, I kind of broke a lot of stuff that day. I didn't catch it in time. Basically the beater wasn't running, so it was bad. Thank God for shear pins. Second crop, I want to try and time out the best that I can to be chopped. Of course, we're going to cut, we're going to merge it, and not by way of rotary rake. I learned my lesson on that one, folks. And chop it and throw it in the silos directly before corn chopping takes place. That is my plan with sorghum this year. So, yeah, that's that. Hopefully this liquid gold here, or should I say liquid brown, helps us out a little bit. We're going to find out this year if there is a problem. I don't think that there is, with going sorghum, corn, sorghum. I'll be honest with you, if I see no problems with these rotations, that field right there is very convenient for me to continue to rotate this every other year. Sorghum, corn, sorghum, corn. If I'm not seeing any problems, I can guarantee you I'm going to put it into corn next year, because that field's very convenient, especially when it comes time for custom work. As you know, I have my chopping done for me, and chopping, there's a hell of an expense behind that, folks. It's basically by the hour, and of course transport is going to be your biggest killer. Well, with the custom operation that I have come on do my chopping, between the equipment that they have, what did we do there? That one year, I think we did that field in less than 4 hours. That's amazing. Done. So that's my science behind that. If anybody's got a true answer on if I'll experience anything that I shouldn't with keep going sorghum, corn, let me know. Please let your comments be from experience. For anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about right now, and it's okay that you don't, not that corn and sorghum are the same. They are not, for God's sakes. But you will experience problems going corn on corn every year. Worms, therefore, you know, the need for pesticides, soil health, and the list goes on and on. I'm going to have to say my soil health is pretty stinking good, with the amount of manure and fertility that's added back into it. Not to mention, I will be putting commercial fertilizer on there as well, right after a good disking before I culti-mulch. I can about guarantee you I will put 150 pounds to the acre of a certain blend of fertilizer. But well, we'll see what happens here. It's way past my lunchtime, and I'm gonna park this for a little bit. Get some lunch, and I may or may not come back for a couple more loads. We'll see. My luck is going to run out. But anyway, that's my stupid explanation of what I got going on here. Getting ahead of the game, spreading some manure. It's extremely early for this. I can promise you I'm about 3 to 4 weeks early right now compared to what's normal. Starting to tackle these lots, spread manure. Like I said, it's not going to last. I'm abiding by my good dumb luck I'm having right now. And every little bit helps. This is going to be a monster year for me. And we'll go from there. All right, this is a very beautiful corn fodder pack that I put down. Of course, we're just on the outside of the barn. I think my last video before this showed what I had going here. I need to replenish that with some proper bedding and make it even a little bit bigger here this afternoon. I plan on bringing in probably about 4 or 5 more bales, so that the cows have a little bit of serenity. And there's multiple little laydown areas all in this lot, which is disgusting. But we're making do here. Everybody's okay. And it's just, it happens every year. You just got to put up with it. Pure and simple. But I'll be adding to that little pad there here this afternoon, and we'll see what we can do. Other than that, this big boy is getting hungry. It's high past time for lunch, and that's about it. Maybe we'll do a video a little bit later here, folks, of something. I'm not too sure what. Maybe some more manure spreading and some jaw jacking. But hope everybody's doing okay. Hope you're having a nice Saturday. Fair weekend, fair week, especially with everything going on here, which I'm not going to get into. And we'll go from there. We're going to talk to you sooner or later.